Hello, hello, hello there. Hero RBYX, what's up, what's up? Let me just put the chat in my phone. Whoop. There you are, connected, nice. Let me open the game also. So, how have we been? How are you, RBYX? Let me capture the game. Right, I think you can see it now, right? Oh, working on what? Let's play. Hey, Toner, what's up, what's up? Okay, Microsoft once again wants my data, it's alright. Gas station, nice, nice. Alright, let me just check. Let's put this like here. Perfect. So let's start the game, I guess. Full screen, vertical sync, yeah, I guess. Video, general language, English, text size, text auto speed. And let's find what is this game all about. I think it takes place in Paris. Choose the investigation, the judge, the angel of death, the sandman, surprise investigation or random investigation. The judge, victims have all something in common and the motive seems clear, but which suspect could have done it? Balanced case, perfect for a first run. Random victims, unknown motive, weird case, slightly more difficult than the others. The victims may feel random at first, but there is a connection, yet the motives might be hard to find. Dark and twisted case. Okay, we'll play slowly in our first run. Let's see what this is all about. Okay. Money will be easy to get by. The investigation will be easier. Every action will take less time for a chiller experience. The way Nightcall was designed, money will be tighter. The investigation will be harder to solve. Every action will cost more time for a more challenging. So I think we're gonna go with balanced. Not too chill, but not too hard. Okay. So this game is like we're some kind of detective and we're trying to solve murders / mysteries. I don't know what exactly, but I think we'll find out. The art style is beautiful. Is the sound on right? You want me to turn it up, turn it down? Taxi Parisien. So it takes place in Paris, France. You like the story, Toner? But it's not action or something like that. Doctor. Here? Sir, can you hear me? Or do I need to speak up? Yes, speak up, I guess. Is this okay with you? Is my voice loud enough? Yes, it's fine. I don't hear him, but it's alright. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just Spend 2 weeks in a coma. Oh, what? The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault, alright? The word resonates in my head, victim. You're aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. Okay, so it takes place in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The judge, as the police call the killer. Oh, so the judge is a serial killer, alright, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver and in most circumstances it would have been fatal. Okay? We chose to put you in an included. Her voice becomes more distant, fades. You taste bile at the back of your mouth. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to your wound. Underneath the bandages you can feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. Did they... I'm sorry? Did they catch the judge? No. 'Cause we are gonna catch him. Yes. What about my passenger? What about the cops? Say nothing. Okay. Let's find about the passenger. He was dead before you even got out of your cab. Alright. The doctor is silent for a second, a very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head to no avail. You need to rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I don't care, he's the only witness. He's... Another female voice joins in, a strong authoritarian voice. You can't kill her and make up what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue, some odd combination of the two. Before being in this hospital room, you'd never realize that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. Feeling you know all too well. Days go by and a month later. Night first. Alright, so what do we know? We know that we were being attacked. We're a taxi driver. And the attacker is still on the loose. Alright, well look. I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem that is. So this is our boss. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Okay, boss. Are you listening to me? You catch your boss eye in the rearview mirror. Yeah. He stares you for a second or two without speaking. Speak up, old man. Sometimes I wonder what goes on inside your head. You all seem so far away. He's our boss, so... Or we're just cold, we don't react. He's watching closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know? To be honest, I think we are older than him. This is what it looks like, whatever. I know. And you know, he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country. Let him go on. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me to hire the guys from the neighborhood. And that's what, I've got 45 guys like you working for me. Okay, his hands flutter in the air. So none of them are any match for you. Okay, he thinks we are the best. I'll take it. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a later refresher. Oh, okay, yes, I would like the tutorial. Right then, well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes, it's business. Alright. Say nothing. The other first you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then you drive. He flashes a quick mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and his voice trails off as he's searching for the right words. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Alright, no overtime. We're in France here and there are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 48 hours. 24. Sorry. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyway, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do a good job. Okay, let's ask him. What's the matter? Your boss keeps quiet for a while as he's hesitant to speak, and then, I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. The murderer is still out there and we think he's going to come back for you. Okay. He doesn't know who I am, maybe. Yeah, we? Who is we? Your colleagues. I do too. Alright. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. Good night, because I thought it was like 10 in the night. Same to you and good luck. He'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers. You wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. Okay. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him across the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are mulling about. Taxis are coming and going. They'll all ignore you, consciously or unconsciously. Yeah, because they think the killer will come back. You're branded. You sit there a moment that turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how we miss that feeling. Okay, it's back to the night shift, back to life. Despite the attack, despite it all. Alright, so we're starting. All those guys are potential customers. So we are full on gas. We have 327 euro. So we're gonna take here. I don't know why we shouldn't. Soren Prevert. Montrabanes, please. Okay, there was another customer here, right? Okay, let's accept the fare. You pull up to a local police station to pick up your next passenger. Okay, police station. Nice. She was not a murderer. You pull out. Okay. She comes out from under an archway, visibly frightened. She slips into the back seat of the cab and gives you her address, near Montparnasse. Okay, she's a little bit worried. You glance at her in the rear view mirror and notice how she's dressed. Everything alright, madam? You start the cab. Okay, she doesn't want to talk, apparently. Your passenger eyes you intently, reluctant to speak. Yes. Okay, we don't believe you though. You can barely hear her. She points to the car radio. Could I listen to the radio? You know, yes. Which station? My wallet was stolen. Oh, now you wanna talk. She pauses, then fixes her eyes on you. You freeze. I have money for the fare. Okay. The passenger senses your surprise. I just wanted to tell you I could pay. She looks down. What kind of music? Excuse me? The radio, what kind of music should I put on? Some rock maybe? The woman shakes her head. No, could you turn to 89? You don't like rock? Alright. Oh, this is static. Are you sure that? A hint of a smile plays across her mouth, faint, but the smile didn't show. She waits a second or two before answering. Can you hear it? Hear what? You lean forward slightly, closer to the radio. Behind the sounds of electric sputtering there is something else, a shifting sound. It sounds like... What it sounds like? I don't know. Waves? The passenger looks up. That's right, they are waves in the background. Okay. Her voice is almost inaudible. It's perfect natural, sir. Her share gives you quite a start. It's a frequency that causes it. It vibrates, is constantly dancing about, pulled by all the incredible forces surrounding us. Most people listen to music, to the news. As for me, when I work, I like to listen to isolated frequencies like this. Okay. She has her own thing going on. There's broadcasts, but no one hears them. The proof that we exist. She smiles at you. You are getting close to the Paris sunset now. And so you listen to frequencies? Yes, I would like to know. Math. Alright, she's a teacher. She seems mesmerized by the sound of the wavelengths. Okay, are you a teacher? No, not at all. I do research. Alright. She gives you a sidelong glance. The client suddenly straightens up and points to the radio. It's beautiful, so incredibly beautiful. Listen. You listen, okay. You only hear static at first. And then, little by little, like a distant figure, the music takes shape and slips softly into your ears. Beautiful, isn't it? To me, they were ghosts, and that's why I studied science and later mathematics. I wanted to know why. You pull over. She gets the fare ready while you slowly turn up the radio. Beneath a layer of interference, someone is speaking. What? Like the voice of a child. Thank you. You emerge from your trance and take the fare. Your passenger exits the cab and walks away without another word. You sit there immersed in the sound of the radio while a little longer. It has a soothing effect on you. You start the engine and drive away. Okay, we had a tip. Nice. Thank you. So, next passenger. She's closer. Let's go there. Ivy, please. Okay, accept the fare. Your next passenger has been crying. Alright. She stares at the floor and gives you an address in the nearby suburbs. You've just started driving when your telephone rings. The ringtone is familiar. What? Why it's familiar? Yes? There's a pause. Her tone is sharp and curt. Okay, she is fighting with someone. Yes, I'm on my way home right now. She pauses, holds your breath. Yes. Another pause. You sound annoyed. No, I took a taxi. On the other end, a voice gets louder. Who's paying? Well, I am. I don't want to take the bus home tonight. Come on, lay off. Okay. A new round of criticism begins. Look, can you just lay off? Yeah. We'll talk about it when I come back. She holds your phone away from her ear, ready to hang up. Then she pulls it back. Yes, I'm here. She finally glances at you. There's no need to scream. I can hear you. I told you, we'll talk about it when I get home. Okay, yeah, let's start the conversation. She smiles. No, that was the driver saying we're going to be cut off. No, he seems normal. Mom, I said it's break. She hangs up. Alright. Thank you. You hear a ring, the same tune as before. The young woman hesitates, turns the phone over in her hand and decides not to answer. Sorry. I know that tune. Should we say that? No problem. But there are question marks, so this might give us a clue. Her face lights up. It's Lakme by Leo Delibes. We gave a performance with this music. After hearing it so much, I just fell totally in love with it. It's such an incredibly soft piece. In the opera, it comes from the priestess Lakme and one of her companions got together jasmine for the temple, and you sense the love between the characters. And it's mutual. The two women sing and their words are very similar, but not identical. Alright, I think they use it in a lot of ads for cars or tampons or something. The smile that appears on her face seems to have erased tears. And thanks for Ariel, by the way. I missed a lot of Metro and... To be honest, I really didn't want to go home. My mother is waiting to have a long, very long discussion about my future, my career, around, and all the sacrifices she made for me. She's a cleaning woman in one of the fancy office buildings at La Defense, and I failed my bar exam, so she thinks. She stops herself. She was going to make a joke, but something keeps her from doing so. Her smile vanishes. She thinks I'll end up as a cleaning woman at La Defense. Okay, nothing wrong with that, I guess. Your passenger sides. She thinks I dance too much. She thinks it's Lakme's fault. But mostly she thinks it's my fault. She has a huge scythe that stares at nothing outside. I studied, I worked hard, but I didn't pass. What happened at BYX? It's alright. What is a traductor? I just don't believe in all that anymore. Now be warned, what I'm about to say will sound cliché, but I want to be a dancer, not a lawyer. Oh, a translator. Okay. It's alright. I will tell you if something good is coming. My mother... As for now, there isn't much. My mother doesn't understand. You must work to earn money in order to succeed. She takes a breath. Sorry, I didn't mean to unload on you. I must seem like a pretentious little princess. Yeah, not at all. Thanks for lying. She smiles. The other she gave you is not much further. I mean, I know I own my mother a lot. I have to stop being so self-centered, blah blah blah, and have to pass this fucking exam. Alright? She clicks her tongue as it forces her to stop talking. Instead, she keeps going. Mind you, she came to my Lakme performance. She pauses, tries to find her words. Oh, nice. I really like Spanish. It's something in this language that is beautiful. I don't know what. She saw me dance, and when we left, it's kinda dumb, but she didn't say a single word. And I think I've never felt prouder. Her silence spoke 1,000 words. You pull up to her house. She takes her time getting out of the car. I don't know why I said all that, but I felt really good. Thank you. Alright, another fair gun. Nice. She disappears. Her tears have definitely vanished. Thank you for the euro. €3 tip. It's alright. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets into the back of the seat. What? Bachette, having a good night? For a second you freeze. It's one of the cops working on the judge case. She grins at you, her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there. You know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks I've been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, mulled it over, begged all my fellow cops about it because I was sure you lied to us. What the fuck? No, I didn't lie. She wills to cut you off. Hey, I'm talking. Okay, lady. She has a cold sneer on her face. I'm going to be frank with you. She leans over to you. I don't think you are the judge. Nah. I don't think you are the judge. Nah, I just can't picture it. Okay. She squints like she's trying to make you out from far away. Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah, between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares at you. Does this lady thinks that we are the serial killer? But not enough as a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. Alright, she smirks. No, I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17, and it still fills your gut. And for murder too. Alright. So you open your mouth but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile, but you are lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say. If they get word of your time served, no loan for your permit, no lease for your car, meaning no second life. Her voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. Wait a second. She leans forward, her shining, cat-like eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with a first and last name, with evidence. Actually knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So I'll give you info, victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... She makes a ganging noise. You have to be discreet, keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. Yeah, we're not a cop, she shrugs. Don't worry, you're already keener than half the squad. And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make an arrest and deliver a killer wrapped up in a bow in front of a station, okay? You're no Batman, you're just here to get me more information. She rummages around in her pocket for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days to check in. We'll chat. And I'll let you know if I have any new info. She takes on a didactic, paternalistic tone, like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time. Don't get caught. Don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like, and I know who your friends are. Okay, lady, calm down. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. She takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in your... you know who? What? Her smile is beating. That reminds me. She know you've done time? You shake your head. She snickers. Oh, my little dirtbag, you cover your tracks well. Okay, if you refuse, she already told us what is gonna happen. I did what I could. Yeah, if you say so. She sighs in a tired, exaggerated way. Don't try to mess with me, man. If things don't go well, I'll turn you in. I'll send your picture to all my friends in the media and every asshole in Paris. Your picture with your name on it, your real name. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They will be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. Okay, she's so aggressive right now. You have any idea how tense things are with that fucker trial underway? You said you know just what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could be brothers actually. With whom? She smiles. Let me tell you, with that face of yours and your handle, they'll welcome you with open arms. Say nothing. She takes on a serious tone, means like, I want to catch this girl personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. I can't botch in this case. You got me, and neither can you, right? Nope. Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So you can just say you are my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut. You saw your own side. You were in a coma. Yeah, you have plenty of reason to want to get back at him. She furious with her bro. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects. She lays her hand on the door handle and freezes. Alright, and don't get fired. Without this cap, you're worth nothing to me. You glare at her. Say nothing for now. She puts her hand up and you can hear the words behind it. This conversation never happened. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone. Obviously, not a word. Okay. So, a crazy cop fucking bitch. Alright, a crazy cab came to our cab and told us that we should be here in 4-1 to find the guy who did everything to us. Alright, on the back seat the cab left a pile of papers. Shit. Key the ignition, motor running. Radio on crackles, you turn it off and start driving. Talking to passenger might unlock new documents and clues for your investigation. You'll find them back at your studio after your shift. 6 clue discovered, available in your room. Alright. That was it? Our shift? You take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city is slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ears. You throw the files Bassett gave you on the table. On the wall, you hang up the big corkboard where you used to pin up photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of. Your plan is simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty party won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them, alright? It's like you're building a story about each suspect, trying to understand their motives, understand how he or she got into this situation. You're suddenly overcome with a desire to sleep. You close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids and let out a yawn. It's time to get moving on your investigation. Okay, so we're gonna go through the evidence right now, okay? So, killer case, hold to investigate. Okay. Oh, so... Oh no, okay. So, every time we search for evidence, we have time there, alright. Whoa. Paul Mary Fragonard, retired cop, joined the police. He matches the killer's height and he has a rare gun. What is this? So let's leave out everything that is not connected right now. And see what's happened. Alright. So everyone 1, 2, 3, 4 all 5 of them match killer's height. Alright. But she somehow connects with time is up in the crime scene. You deserve this. Coping pa. So those two are cops, retired cops, wherever. He is a lawyer, a medical examiner, and a homeless man. Okay. I don't think we have more to talk about here. I think we are gonna end the night and see what clues can we discover tomorrow. You slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Okay. You open one eye. You start whistling some song that's been in your head since you woke up though you don't know why. It's going to be a long night. You get up quickly, and a few minutes later you're outside of your studio. Okay, second night. I think the gas is enough, right? Oh, he's the guy, right? Your finger is poised in front of the car radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. Listen to music. You almost never listen to them, but you're pressed 5 station you like. Pop rock, let's do this. The singer sounds out of breath and meows his way through a song that seems chorus. The drum beats are usual. It sounds broken and slightly offbeat. The song comes to a brand red like it ran out of steam. With a tap on the dial, you cut off the radio and let silence fill your cab. Okay, what's this? Oh man, did I lose him? Fuck. Okay, my bad, I guess. So we're gonna go here, cause this might be a point of interest. Probably. Oh, there he is. Okay, let's go here. We need some fares to keep the money coming. Please tell me that you are not going in the opposite direction. Fuck. Okay, I need the man I can trust. Okay, mister. The man getting in your car seems anxious. You've seen these types before. Late for a meeting, late to catch a plane, late getting home. He gives you others in the fifth arrondissement. Okay. You recognize him, a former deputy or senator or something like that. He looks at you nervously in the mirror. He's upset about something. Everything alright, sir? Yes, fine, thank you. His eyes are watering. He runs a hand across his damp forehead. He's sweating a great deal for a winter night. He clears his throat. Do I excuse? I was wondering. Yes? Do people ever leave things in your taxi? All the time. Oh, all the time. That's good to know. He pauses in an attempt to pull himself together. He looks crammed in his suit. And what do you do with the things people forget? Do you keep them? We take them back to the central office and wait for someone to claim them. Oh shit. I mean, fine. Very good. How civil of you. Good job. Okay. He pauses again. Do you need anything? Yeah, well, yes, no. How shall I say? I need to lose something, if you get my drift. And I need to lose it in your taxi. I don't understand. Sorry, I owe you an explanation. I just got out of a meeting. It was awful. Sighing to himself, he adds, awful. Okay, I've been always loyal to the party, you know. I've always followed order and gotten the job done. My mother was a card-carrying member, my father an elected official, but I just can't do it anymore. I'm going to leave my briefcase here, on the back seat. A moment goes by, he stares at you. You might say it was an oversight, you see. Yeah, and then what happens? And then someone will take care of the briefcase. What's in the briefcase, man? When you drop the taxi off, bring the briefcase to the head office. Someone will come pick it up. He takes a deep breath. This country we will live in, I'm going to hell in a handbasket. Everyone running it is corrupt. They're sold out. They are thieves, all of them. He slowly lays the briefcase beside him. We have lunch with lobbyists, dinner with bankers. We should burn everything, start over from scratch. Sometimes I dream we all get sick, be swept away by a political plague, a flu for suits. He pauses, exhales, shakes. I can't bear to see them spend 600 euros on a meal when they just decided to close a hospital that suddenly became too costly to maintain. Okay, he has a point. 6 months ago, we refused to vote for a law that would have prevented the building in Panding from burning down. Do you remember? 6 months ago, we could have saved 75 people. He stumbles over the next words. The public housing minister, when we presented that bastard with a bill, he burst out laughing. As if the people living in those crumbling buildings were just peons. The passenger groans as if in pain and suddenly stops talking. So what are you gonna do now? I'm going to Sleep. Oh, he's going to suicide? Then they'll send me to prison. Or worse, to a far-off world. Some overseas territory, Guinea or something like that. He struggles to swallow. That's why they do... No, traitors. And after that, we'll see. Tomorrow is another day, if you know what I mean. Silence. Stop the car. Act as if everything is normal. You park along the sidewalk. You suddenly notice your client's mess teleport. Sour parents and BO almost unbearable. He pays his fare, slips you an extra bill. Your compensation. He gets out and walks away quickly without turning back. You open the window to air out the cab. Okay, crazy tip here, but I don't know what's in this suitcase. Oh, I'm gonna take him. Yes. He's the one in our cart, right? I'm too drunk to drive. You pull up in front of the address the central office gave you, a crepe joint, quite a popular one by the looks of the line spilling out the door and onto the sidewalks. You sit for a moment, the door opens and a group of 30-something comes into view. All the men and women are dressed alike, sporty running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. They're officers from the Paris anti-crime squad in plain clothes. You scythe, they're British types. Ones who like to race, tackle, clobber. Ones who ruin the afternoons you spend wandering around Paris in your teens. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses onto the back seat. He's stocky and of Asian descent. You can see his muscles through his thick winter clothes. He smells like crisps and hard cinder, and his face is bright red. Hey, what's up? I live near Turner's. He chuckles as one of his colleagues rushes over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his throat. He points to his badge and screams at you with a big smile on his face. What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. Sorry man, we were having a going away party for a colleague and celebrating Christmas too. No worries, I guess. We have to be friendly. Your passenger smiles, then puts his finger back on his temples. I drank too much. Shit. I'm a lightweight and they knew it. I think they were trying to loosen my tank. His behavior changes abruptly, like he's just seen a ghost. One question. Yes? Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics code? We'll play it like, I don't know what you're talking about. You want to tell me something? Like priests or doctors. If I tell you something, can you keep it to yourself? He starts speaking before you ever have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. I joined the squad 8 years ago and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Stansburg and that we're going to get married. He makes a strange yelping noise, like an air bubble bursting on the surface of a river. As soon as they get too close to Stansburg, I start making up stories. We've almost broken up 10 times. I convinced them we're trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked yet. He sighs. Fuck, saying out loud is just the worst. His eyes are getting shiny. I'm gay. Okay, a deep breath. I'm getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Another breath, longer, deeper. Yeah, get it out from your system, buddy, get it out. No one at work knows, not a soul. The next sentences come out in a rush. He holds his breath the whole time. I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in a police station and listen to their comments, to their jokes all day long. When we catch a guy who's never done time before, we tell him briefly what he should expect. We talk about the violence, about the... Finally he breathes in again. I say we because I'm in on it too. Because I can say fuck any time of day without any prompting. The word lords of my tongue completely naturally. Fuck. finally looks you in the eye. They're not mean. Who? He shakes his head. My colleagues. My colleagues aren't mean people. They're cops. Not mean. Just doing their job. He managed to flash a tiny crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? He pauses. I'd like to have them over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place. We could play a board game. Something normal, you know? And they could meet James. He is your husband-to-be? He takes a moment to think about your question. Yes, soon. He smiles a laugh, a genuine smile. Can you believe it? We're getting married in 2 weeks. After living together for 9 years. For 9 years he's been willing to live in a lie. He understands. It's wild, but yes. He knows I love my job. I couldn't possibly do anything else. He loves me enough to let me keep lying. He slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to. He freezes. Shit, my head's spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you all this? Why? He grabs another seat in front of him. Hey, can you pull over? Fuck, no. You stop immediately. He opens the door and lays the top half of his body out. He throws up. You open your window to air out the greasy smell of fried crepes and the sour scent of cedar. A moment later, the cop sits back up. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. Okay, chill out, buddy. You start driving again. I'm sorry, really. Yeah, as long as not in my taxi. He snickers. I promise, I'll warn you if it might happen again. You nod while your passenger moves and quietly says, I'm sorry. Yeah, just be careful, okay? He pauses to catch his breath. Said, I haven't barfed like this since last Easter. They made me drink this South African liquor, something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. I can still picture it. I was doing shots while they shouted my name. Karate Kid, alright. Karate Kid, what the fuck? He seems uncomfortable. It's my nickname on the squad. Karate? Yeah, I was a judo champion. And I'm a gook. Okay, I don't know what a gook is, but whatever. So, he runs his hands along the sides of his body like he's showcasing it for the home shopping network. So, Karate Kid. Yeah, I know, it makes no sense. It's racist. Well, yeah, a little, but at first I didn't say anything. And now, I'm used to it. He stops suddenly. Everything's spinning again. Cool, can you pull over? A repeat of last time. He opens the door, leans his head out, his torso, his arms. The sound makes your stomach turn, so you stay straight ahead. Can I ask you a question? More puke on the sidewalk, a little inside the vehicle. Okay, go ahead, maybe you tell us something. He sits up, prompts you to drive. So here goes. What should I do? Should I keep on keeping on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? He pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me? If you were in my shoes? I think you are being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not going to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband. So there aren't a ton of alternatives. You have to tell them. Tell them. Whoa. I've got to tell them. He looks at you in the mirror. Can you take me somewhere else, if you don't mind? What? If you pay up, buddy. My colleagues are at the bar. I'll go see them, tell them everything. If I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. I don't know if we made the right choice telling him to just go confess to everybody that he's gay, but we'll find out eventually. A smile of relief spreads across his face. It's not just the alcohol talking? Yes. But I think it's about the 10th time I've got wasted this month. You're right, I'm hurting myself. He gives you the new address. I need to tell them now. I feel terrible, but I think I feel better if I speak to them directly. Okay, if those photos we have in our board are the suspects. I don't think he's the criminal, right? His headache is apparently back and he has knocked him out a bit. You're used to having drunk people in your cab. Actually, the majority of your Saturday night passengers are drunk. I don't know how to tell them all about this. From the tone of his voice, you can tell he's beginning to panic. I don't think I'm ready. Don't say nothing. Your passenger stares hard at you. You can tell your silence is giving him doubts. I want to go home. He sighs. It's not a good idea to talk to them when my blood alcohol level is so high. Thank you. Okay, as long as you pay, buddy. The remainder of the ride is long. You can see he's having trouble sitting still. Once or twice, you sense he's about to break and change his mind. Then nothing. He's appeared to calm down and remains completely still, lost in his own head. You keep an eye on the road. You've almost reached your destination. In the back seat, your passenger is almost asleep. You park in front of a small townhouse. There's a light on upstairs. He's still up. I'm going to talk to James. He looks at you. I don't really remember everything I said, but thanks. No worries, buddy. He chuckles. I hope this taxi ride wasn't just in my imagination. He pays and gets out of the taxi. I hope the tip is good, huh? You listen to his clumsy footsteps on the cobblestones. He climbs the few steps up the door. Before he has no time to find his keys, the door opens. Warm, soft light floods the street. You drive away. What the fuck? 0.35 cents tip? Okay, buddy. Okay, we still have a lot of gas. Let's see the point of interest here. I don't know what is this, but we will find out. Two cats are fighting at the red light. What? Okay, it was nothing after all. Oh man, who is he? And why is he like that? It's like 108. I can't go there, it's too far. Should we take another random passenger? Okay, let's do this. A jogger runs by your taxi. You are blinded by his reflective clothing. Okay, he will go close. The passenger getting in your taxi is drunk. Another drunk person, alright. He all but trips as he getting into the backseat, leaving a piece of his jacket stuck in the door as he slams it 10 times too hard. The whole street must have heard it. Okay, buddy. Nice job. He tried to keep his calm as he gives you his address. You start driving, but keep an eye on him. You never know. His head lolls. His eye rolls. He rummages through this pocket looking at his phone. In vain. Hey buddy, tell me, any chance you've seen my phone? No. He looks around. What an idiot. I lost it earlier, not here at the bar. He starts mumbling. Or somewhere. His eyes starts to look like slit. Or at the bar. He's silent for a minute, trying to remember something. When he starts speaking again, he moans. She's gonna kill me. You turn a corner and he slides towards the door, hitting the elbow hard. Buddy, I want my taxi, alright? Oh fuck, that hurts. Seriously, man. You okay? Yeah, no, see, my wife, she told me not to come home too late, made me swear across my head, the whole 9 yards. She just had a baby. He corrects you, we just had a baby. But you know, she's the one who carried it. We didn't find it in the street or anything. Okay, buddy. You had a little bit more liquor today, right? It's the cutest little baby, but I'm so done spending my nights wiping its ass. So when my colleagues invite me out, well, I mean, I said okay, like I went with them, right? He shakes his head in disgust. You gotta help me. I have to prepare an alibi. An alibi? He nods, sure of himself. Yeah, an alibi, an explanation for where I was tonight and what I did. But you smell of alcohol like 10 feet away. What the fuck are you talking about? so she doesn't beat the shit out of me. He pauses. Dude, I'm serious, you gotta help me. Okay, whatever. Very well. Seriously? Okay, just give me a second. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Let's continue. He bursts out laughing and attempts to clap his hand together but misses. Alright, hold it said, awesome. Okay, first we need to start with, He blanks out and his eyes closed. Let him sleep. A few seconds later, he struggled to open his eyes. Alibi. Everything alright? Yep, the alibi. We gotta start by answering the main question in this case. Where are we? I sound like a cop. He shakes his head. The main question in this case is, why didn't I call my wife? That's where we need to begin. What about a working matters? I work in the movie business for a production company, should never buy it. Once again his eyes start to close, his eyelids look like they weighted down, his voice sounds perfectly sincere. 5 years of higher education and 250-page thesis on a Soviet film director, and now I take care of filming permits for Hollywood mega blockbusters. Good for you, man, good for you. There are no working medicine, nothing I do matters. He pauses, he appears to have fallen asleep but asks, why I didn't call my wife? You didn't have your phone? That's it. You don't have to know I lost it after putting back a few. You, my friend, are a genius. Thank you. He places his hands together. Alright. So how I'd lose my phone? Stolen. Yeah, I got my phone stolen. Like, I left it on the table at the lunch and bam, gone. Yeah, that's it. That's already happened to her, so she can't get on my case about it. He chuckles. Okay, we're good on the phone. But I still need to explain why I didn't call. I mean, she knows I know her number. I'm not sleeping, I swear, I'm thinking. Okay, think a little bit more, guy. He opens his mouth, a little burp escapes. I gotta explain why I went out with my colleagues and wouldn't call her. He opens his eye and suddenly recognizes the street. Oh fuck, we are almost there. Shit, quick. I know. Something happened to me at the bar. That's why she'll get that it wasn't my fault, right? That I had no choice. Oh shit, I've got it. He gloats, drooling a bit. I ran into someone I knew in the bar and we had a few drinks, yes? It was crazy, dear, just crazy. Okay, crazy, man, crazy, yeah. But who? A long lost friend? Perfect, great. I know exactly who to choose. Damien, good for you, buddy. He shakes his head quickly. Oh no, Damien works in marketing. Daniel, okay, an old colleague Fred. Haven't seen him in years. I think he became a entomologist, okay? Like the Tick, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. Entomologist. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll tell him random Daniel and that we spend the evening just talking. That he's a really good friend and all. She'll be done with that. She's always telling me my friends are losers. But Daniel, he's the real thing. And he's trying to save endangered species. Yeah, Carlo, whatever. My wife will totally get into that. Okay, so we're good. I have my excuse for the phone, and I have my excuse for being busy all evening. I hope you will give me a good tip, Carlo. Not good, not at all. I need something more solid, you know? Something that pulls the lie together, man. Lying to your wife is like a magic trick. You can't just saw the lady in half. You have to turn the box around too. I mean, the lady got to think it's funny, like, Lord, hilarious. I'm cut in half and I just still shake my feet. I need a strong finale. Something, you know? He looks like he's asleep. Dude, you rock. Honest to God, it was terrifying. I was walking home since the metro was closed and I heard footsteps behind me. Like someone copying my pace. I turned around and saw a shadow disappear into an alley. Since there was a serial killing on the loose, I was obviously scared. I sped up, didn't hear anything more. I got to the entrance to our building, and when I went to open the door, I had a sort of husky breath on the back of my neck. I leapt into the lobby and passed the door shut. Baby! All I could think about was you and the baby. I was so scared. Okay. This man is crazy. And then I take her in my arms. You hear that, man? You hear what a kick-ass screenwriter I'd make? My wife will give me the fucking Palme d'Or my performance. He imitates the sound of screaming crowd. And the Palme d'Or is awarded to Carlos Eturi. So his name is Carlos Eturi, for lie invented with super nice taxi driver. He lowers his voice a bit, turning into a TV anchor. This is Carlos' 10th VIP this year, but it's without a doubt the finest, near perfection. She'll eat it higher up, like child's play. Okay, Carlos, are we there yet? Nope. He slaps his thigh. What? Say nothing. So all begins a moving open scene. The main character's phone is stolen when he leaves it on an outdoor table at bistro. The kind of terrible mistake more Parisians will never make. With no way to reach his wife, he normally would have gone straight home. But alas, he was as yet aware an amazing encounter an evening will hold. He raises 3 fingers, the kind of encounter you only have 3 times in a lifetime. Daniel! Your passenger puts up a very serious expression. Yeah, you remember him, an old friend who became an entomologist. Your passenger smirks and seems happy. Oh, how an evening can fly by when you're making up lost time. When the main character notices this time it's already very late, too late. He hurries home, misses the last metro and notices a shadow on his tail. He's convinced the person following him has bad intentions. Your passenger pretends to shiver in the backseat. He switches back in his regular voice. You know, my friend, I think we have constructed the perfect lie. She'll bite in a second, I'm sure of it. Okay, Carlo. It's just the right mix of normal and bizarre. It's awesome. You've almost reached the destination. The smug smile on your passenger's face annoys you. You park in front of his place. I don't even care what you're gonna do. Give me a good tip, please. Okay, decent tip. We still have gas. I want to go here because she's glowing and I don't know why. What are those guys that are glowing? Are they key parts to continue the story? The mystery? I don't know. Claudia Campos. Okay, she's probably, yeah, our last fare. Alright. You pick up your next passenger in front of the Paris office of medical examiner, the morgue. When she gets in, you're surprised. How can she be a suspect? Oh! She was in the board? Maybe. Her face, beautiful and soft, doesn't go with her clothing, her style, or her attitude. She gives you her address and you start driving. Her voice is dry, frank, and she has an accent you have trouble determining. South American, maybe? She seems far away, lost in thought. A few seconds go by and she still hasn't taken so much as a look at you. Everything okay? Every taxi driver ever? She almost jumps out of her seat and looks like she wants to disappear. Yes, everything is fine. That accent again. That one you can't place. I think we will scare her with where's your accent from, so I will say long day, in a manner of speaking. Some days are harder than others. Some days take more out of you, they are more demanding than others. A sad smile runs across her face like a shooting star. A second goes by slowly, very slowly. Then the meteorite explodes. Your passenger breaks down. Okay, let's calm her down. Are you okay? She raises her hand to silence you. Between sobs you hear her say something. Give me a minute, please. Without a word and without the slightest noise, you slow down. The road passes by slowly in no hurry. After a moment she sits up. Can I ask you something? Yes, of course. You nod. She takes a deep breath. This may seem like a ridiculous question, or at least a stupid one. Actually, it's completely stupid, okay? You give her an encountering smile. But I'd like you to hit on me. What? She blushes and immediately follows up. I mean, not for real, just for play. Like we're at a bar, like you want to buy me a drink. She shakes her head. Forget it, stupid, totally stupid. Man, taxi drivers, the therapist of our lives. Okay, so it's a long ride. We have to accept her, right? She's a suspect. We need to find more. A moment of silence. Seems surprised. Really? Yes. You don't mind? I thought you would be furious. I just have a few rules if you don't mind. First, I don't want to talk about Argentina, my home, my parents. Avoid this subject. She pauses. Does that work for you? Of course. Good. Second, I don't want to talk about work. I'm a medical examiner. Do you know what that is? Should we say no so she will tell us more about her work? Yes. Oh fuck. I don't want to talk about it. Let's start if you're ready. You nod. We're in a bar. It's not very late. Not very late, but we're the only ones there. I'm alone at the bar, finishing a drink. I get up to leave. Silence. Please go ahead. Kidding on a passenger with this is definitely a first. You've got to find a good line, something that will set the tone. Polite line. Excuse me. Yes? Her voice is softer, her accent stronger. May I join you? Of course. She sits up a little and points to the imaginary bar next to her. Buy me a drink? Of course. How about a little game? You look like the kind of guy who drinks cocktails. Something sweet? I could be wrong, but... And what about me? What is my kind of drink? She rolls the R on the last word. Okay. So what her drink would be? Medical examiner. She have seen some such. Something stiff, I guess. Your answer surprises her. Really? Why? You seem like you're a strong person. You need something that can compete with you. She stares at you. Something about her posture in the back seat is different. Don't you think time goes by too slowly? I do. We wait, we hold on, we get bored. I'd like it all to go faster, for things to speed up. She relaxes, giggles. She's letting go. She looks at you expectantly. Oh, I like the way you laugh. You do? That's an odd compliment. It's true. I thank you. She closes her eyes and stays that way for a little while. A smile settles onto her face, a warm, natural and uncontrolled smile. Thank you. You were perfect, unusually kind. She nods slowly. She cannot be the guy, right? A few charming words. I think I got what I wanted. Your passenger sighs contentedly. She seems happy, relieved. You pull up in front of the address she gave you. It's strange. What's that? There's something different about you. Okay. You're not like other men, as if. She hands you her fare and slips you a tip. Don't refuse it, please. It means something to me. You nod. I hope to run into you again. I hope to. You shiver. One last smile. Goodbye. She gets out of the cab. You watch her until she disappears into her building. Okay. So, can I call it a night? I don't have... Okay, let's put some gas. I don't think we have time. Right? No, okay. You know more about your clients. You've met Vincent. Okay. What? Loses? What the fuck? I made like 6 euros today. Okay, that's not fair, man. That really is not fair. Okay, let's investigate. Okay, let's start with the first victim. Fuck, we don't have enough time. So... So we didn't manage to get some information out of everyone here. If we take her again, I think she will open up more and tell us more things. So everyone here, we said it before about their height. We didn't manage to make... Okay, let's end the night. So we need to try to focus on people with this the glowing thing, the yellow one. With the heavy land, you wipe your tired face. You pull open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. You collapse into the mattress. The event of the day ran through your head. The street, the passenger, the fares, is their problems. Okay. And there we go again. So we should find some gas station right now. Okay, let's see what is this. From outside, the Montparnasse store looks like another shop. A plain, discreet front window sliding door. But inside they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. It's your first time here, but you already had its owner in your cab. The store opens really early so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up the counter, you hear the distant noise of gunshots under your feet. It's an unsettling experience. Madame Brossan, can I help you? It's the orange speaking, an old lady woman with a handbag. She's been selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in a typical Parisian way, and her wrinkled scarf craters across her face. It's you. It's been ages since. Come closer. She knows us? You make small talk and eventually decide to go for it. I have a question for you, about a weapon. You slide the photo of the cell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Where's the photo from? She's been doing this for years and you doubt you can pull one over on her. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. What? Listen, I'm just looking for more information about this cell. I don't talk to filthy liars like you. Get out. She points at the door. Okay, the police gave it to me. Yeah, and just how did you end up with the police photos? On top of driving a cab? She cocks her head towards the outside. Although with a disruptive economy we're living in, no surprising you have to work 2 jobs. Give that to me. Alright. We could make her talk apparently, but now she knows we're talking to the cops. She practically rips the photo out of your hands. You give her as many details as you can. She thinks for a while. The shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door it creaks and the smell of gunpowder spreads to the shop. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The cell is in perfect shape and you told me the bodies are also completely clean. But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidization stains, and her voice grows darker all of a sudden, like something had escaped from her. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. Oh, one suspect is connected with an old weapon, right? In light of what you told me, I'd say it belonged to a cop or a soldier. It could be a family weapon. It was a police service weapon in the 70s. Either a cop held on it, or the guy you were looking for inherited. That judge there, he's a pro. You raise your hair to meet her gaze. Her old bones made that slight shift again. The one that could be construed as a smile. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women should. And I give glasses if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab, you glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation. And a coupon for a class on shooting automatic weapons. Alright. What? We take cards also. So should we go to another point of interest? Yeah, I think we have time. And then we will take a passenger for sure. Because we need the money. You park your taxi across from the stadium, just a few meters from a 2-story building. It's an old brick place that clashes with the huge concrete behemoth that is Charlotte Stadium. You get out of the car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes, light comes on, and the door finally opens. Marco appears. Marco is a former taxi driver, a strange guy, a bit spacey, and different. He's been working at the stadium for a few years now. Well said, you're still alive? That's Marco, you like him. I mean, whoa, so nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife. What? Come in, you want something to drink? Alright, you stopped a cup of coffee? No thanks. He stole our wife, what the fuck? You follow him into his staircase home. It's pretty nice despite the mess and filth. He sits at the table and points for you to sit down as well. The only noise in the room is the TV behind Marco. Before you came by, he was playing a soccer video game. The fans are singing and clapping their hands. So, what you have been up to? I have some yeah, to the point. He shakes his head. No, not yet, man. Seriously, no. The last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You have no choice and you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his head between his shoulders. He starts to beg. I'm telling you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I get to take care of the stadium that's empty 75% of the time. He sits up, ruffling his chair. Behind him on the screen, the stadium is going wild. I need information on Ronan Besson. Who was he? Ronan, the coach that got killed by the judge? The very one. He was a great guy. Everyone's torn about it. Yeah, spit it out. There were rumors. Some parents heard he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get my drift, but no one ever looked into it. Was it true? I don't know. He sighs. A few months ago, Ronald cornered a kid, like by the showers. You know what I mean? The kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. The kid's parents weren't sure whether they had filed a complaint. The club director brought Ronan in and bam, 2 days later he was murdered. Okay, things are getting a little bit complicated. Wells knows this. About the kid, no one, I think. Well, maybe some other parent, don't know. You get up. One last thing. Give him the names of the victims. Oh yeah, him, I know him. I mean, everybody knows him. Right wing extremist son of a bitch. Hold on, what are you doing these days? I can't say. Marcos sits up. Damn it, I'm going to get fired. Easy. His voice speeds up. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Don't worry. Yeah, I heard that before. A vuvuzela noise comes from the TV. Okay, I've got to run. He walks you to the door, mumbling with clenched teeth. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. It's okay. You took our wife. Door, key, motor pairing, you go back to work. Okay, let's get some passengers now. Okay, he looks fine. Charles de Gaulle, make it snappy. Okay, don't worry. Fastest taxi driver in Paris. The passenger who settles into the back seat could be a male model, alright? He asks you to take him to Charles de Gaulle Airport. His voice is mild and pleasant. You sense your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. Everyone thinks they saw something. And this passenger is no exception. You watch him in the rear view, nuclear valve in your room, alright. Rear view as he adjusts his clothes, checks his breath, obviously brimming. You drive people to the airport all the time. They bring along a suitcase or a bouquet of flowers. Your passenger doesn't have either. He's looking at himself in the rear view mirror, his lips part, and he runs his tongue over his teeth. Okay. Nothing stuck in my teeth, right? You shake your head no. You wonder why he's going to the airport. You're wondering why I'm going to the airport, aren't you? What the fuck? Yes, just be straightforward. I could tell you're curious. I'll tell you, but it's a secret. Okay. His voice has changed, as if he were about to deliver a speech. Women today are too smart for us, man. Too smart. They are onto us the minute we try to hit on them. He crinkles his nose as if there were a bad smell in the cab. There are dozens of books on how to get lucky, on how to score, but they all make the same big mistake. Do you know what the mistake I'm talking about is? That they are smarter than us? They're written by men? I don't see why that's a problem. After all, deer don't write books on hunting, do they? He smirks. No, let me tell you. All those books about hitting on women never tell you where the best hunting grounds are. A theatrical pause. Airports. What? Another theatrical pause. It's pretty alright. Women in airports are lonely, emotional, and available. Okay. On the streets, they're always in a hurry, don't have any time. On the movies or in a museum, they don't want to be disturbed. But at the airport, he's clearly very proud of himself. He remains silent. He crinkles his nose and sniffs again. It is me, or is there a funny smell in your cab? You sniff too. Sorry, I don't smell anything. He shrugs, then goes back to his monologue. Personally prefer older women. Let him talk, whatever. Single moms who are at the airport to pick up or send their kids to their exes. They are waiting at the accompanied minor counters to get information about a late flight or gate change. What I possibly could get from him, I don't know. But let's talk. I walk over to the counter, look at the flight information, pretend to be worried. My sister, I say. I'm waiting for my sister. She's never been to Paris before. I'm going to take her to the Louvre. She wants to work in fashion someday. She's already very talented. I hope everything is okay, that she had a good flight. She means the world to me. She's my half-sister, but I love her like a sister. A smile. He takes another sip, glances around the cab, then picks up where he left off. The half-sister line, it works every time. Divorced parents, remarried. Every time. Okay, mister. Let him talk, whatever. A word of advice though, you have to get there early. Make it a day of it. Keep an eye on the domestic flights, the delays, the companies. It requires a little preparation, but I usually go home with 20, even 30 numbers in 6 hours. Not bad, huh? Whatever. Another thing I would recommend early. The counters are a disaster there. You have to go back and forth between the different levels. It's exhausting. And the neon lights, they ruin your eyes. No, Rosie is definitely the way to go. The domestic flights terminal. He rubs his hands together. I can feel it. Today's my lucky day. It's going to be amazing. They're going to fall for me big time. You can't resist. You give a slight cough and say, "Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?" "No, of course, not at all. Anything to help you understand my game plan." Do you realize you are a total asshole? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at. Well, you're rather attractive physically. Slight pause. And? It's really necessary to go all that trouble to pick up women? Don't women like you? That's besides the point. It's more efficient, more productive. I go on the make twice a week and end up with dates for several weeks. And it's also a lot easier. It's less, how should I put it, personal. Okay. I know it. I won't ever get serious in that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, Phil. Not sure I want to. He looks like he's about to say something that shrinks instead. Relieved. The car pulls into the drop-off lane. Your passenger pays the fare and exits the cab. I'm telling you, so take my advice. It's a piece of cake. I don't expect a tip from him, but whatever. It's a little bizarre, that smell of shit. It seems to be following me wherever I go. He walks away under the sole of his right shoe. You catch sight of a dark brown spot. The passenger disappears into the airport. Go down the backseat window and start up the cab. Okay, €2. It's nice. Alrighty. Anyone that of interest? Okay, let's go to put some gas. You pull over and stop at the gas station. Not a soul in sight. La Belle Pompe. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of peas wafting up from the space in between the pumps. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. The mini-mart over there, it must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see all hear things. Might be worth asking a couple of questions. This place is as shady as ever. You're careful getting out of the cab. Okay, let's go to the shop first, so we can ask some questions. The guy behind the counter looks like the other guy behind counters you've come across your lifetime, yeah? Okay, let's buy. Oh, okay, we won some dollars, alright. I don't talk to the clerk. He raises his hand and seems almost happy you brought it up. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's fill up the tank. Okay, €63. It's alright. Leave the gas station and get another passenger, cause we have to get our money back, or otherwise we're gonna get fired. Any person of interest? Nope. I will take care because he's near. Yeah, sure. The woman getting in your cab looks frantic. I've lost my inspiration, every last drop of it. Come on, drive. Okay, Alicia. Okay, calm down. You throw her very skeptical looks in the rearview mirror. I'll tell you when to stop. I have to. I am seeing. A stream, dead, a billabong. She stops talking. You hear a low, guttural sound coming from her throat. A mantra. A billabong? Yeah, what? Billabong. I must find a billabong. Okay, miss. Do you have an address for me? An address? How terribly conventional. She takes a minute to focus. Does time ask the sea to slow down its waves? Okay. She inhales, closes her eye and focuses. Her voice drops, becomes more intense. A billabong, a dead river. There's one right below us. Drive, I say. Okay, as long as you pay me, I don't care. A few minutes go by before you realize your passenger is making a guttural sound. The sound resonates with the hum of the engine. Once in a while she changes notes, modulating and playing with the harmonics. Suddenly the shouts, "Turn left!" Then abruptly, as she were following a path she alone could see, go down the boulevard. You drive for a few minutes aimlessly. In back, your passenger is still singing. The meter is running, the kind of ride that puts you out of sorts. Who knows when it will end? The passenger squeals. Stop right there, not a bit further. You brake. Yes, yes. She whistles, a high loud note. The billabong runs just beneath us. Its water flows no more. The black stream from my vagina has stopped short. What? The rumble of revolution. The water flows no more. All that remains is cleared away the remains. You stop the engine. Silence fills the cab. Your passenger's low voice and the scratch of the pencil on the paper are hypnotizing. How many rivers have you run dry? The water has left its bed and flow no more. Could you go now? Pay me and go? How long I have to scrap the clay? Okay. I plunge my calves in the water that flows no longer. I'm cowed and refreshed by the coolness. Thank you. This poem has been years in the making. I was only missing a few lines until tonight. I sensed the billabong I needed while walking down the street like a Sharon, a muse. She opens her eyes. You. When you're driving alone at night like this, what moves you the most? Yeah, all the people who don't sleep. Yeah, it's amazing. The sun goes down and the night walkers comes out. What an idea. She scribed a few words in the air. I turn a few steps back above the water that flows no longer. The air continues to pulsate. She calms down. Your voice shares in resonance with official said. Don't know how to respond. Of course. Yes, that's it. Okay, bye-bye, lady. Bye-bye. Your color in British marble, official site. Never forget this. She says nothing more. Okay. Thank you for the tip though. Oh, there she is. Or he. Nice. Okay, we don't have much time left. So maybe he is our last passenger. Salim Wadian. You immediately recognize the person who just climbed into the back of your cab. His face has been plastered all over the news for the last few weeks. He's a lawyer who is representing a terrorist. He gives you an address and you start driving. He holds your gaze in the rear view mirror. He's trying to read your mind. Okay, Mr. Lawyer. You drive across a virtually empty Paris. Behind you, the lawyer nervously consults his notes. Everything alright, of course? He answers without looking up. Yes. You get the message and leave him alone. You continue driving without saying a word. Your passenger mutters. Why did he say that to the cops? What? He's not taking this seriously, doesn't get it. Idiot. There again, he says it again. Is he contradicting himself or just... You glance in your mirror. The lawyer looks like a smaller version of himself. You're sure everything is alright? He closes his eye and remains silent for a while. You see him start to break. I can't take it anymore. He takes a deep breath. He loses control of his voice. Okay, we might get him to talk here. This guy is a real asshole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. Tears form at the corner of his eyes. I've never seen such a monoric defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? You know what it's like to get only 3 hours of sleep a night so you can defend a fucking moron? Do you have any idea? He yells so loudly the windows shake. Are you talking about? Yes, of course I'm talking about him. Who else? Who else could I possibly be talking about? You've seen my face in all the magazines, all the papers, right? His voice tetters, blind with rage. That's me, the terrorist's best friend, a traitor to his country. He pauses barely, just the time to take a deep breath. Jesus effing Christ already. He kicks the seat in front of him. Hey, my taxi, buddy. Jesus. He calms himself down. He studies his breath. I'm the one who agreed to it. I actually fought to represent him. It's my own damn fault I'm being dragged through the mud. He raises his hard sneakers. Yeah, I admit it. At first I thought it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking for my opinion about everything. I shook so many heads, said so many words, sentences, yet I actually said nothing. When I worked in a hood, not a single person cared about my word. And now, in 5 hours, I have to be on the radio. In 7, on TV. He pauses, breathes. His voice sounds further and further away. I don't even know what that means anymore. Actually, it's simple. Almost never sleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence in my head. He sits up. It's barbaric, disgusting, so horrific, it's almost unreal. He lets out a sigh from somewhere deep in his body, and then I discover my client bought nails, the nails that were in the bombs, at the corner market, and he kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt. Folded it in half and slipped it into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and the receipt for 2 euros worth of nails. Why? He raises his voice quite high. Why, for God's sake? He thought he could expense it when he got to heaven. He pauses. So stupid and so dangerous. He disgusts me. Okay, he disgusts you because he kept the receipt and not for killing some people. Alright, he revolts me. Yeah, why defend him then? Because everyone has a right to an attorney, everyone without exception. Otherwise, justice is no longer just. His fit of rage subsides. His fingers are shaking. When I signed on, I thought I'd be representing someone crazy and find out he's just a moron who's played too many video games. The guy has never ever read the holy book they used to justify their so-called acts of martyrdom. He read a few pages online. Passages online. Do you have any idea what a complete moron he is? He chuckles. I'm sorry, I'm truly sorry. I shouldn't have said all that. He takes a deep breath. I don't have anyone else to talk it about. All other lawyers avoid me like the plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this. She's so ashamed she went back to Algeria. Okay, so he's from Algeria? Maybe that counts, I don't know. He's shaking. I get the same. What I don't get is when people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. You made the right choice. The right choice? Laughter echoes in the back of his throat. I barely had the choice. I could have let injustice triumph. Everyone has the right to counsel, to stand trial, to have a fair trial. Even terrorists. Even morons. His anger is back, but this time around, he's got it under control. We could hang him right here, right now, and no one, I'm telling you, will shed a tear. He stays quiet for a moment, catches your gaze. That's why I keep doing this. He slows his breathing. For equality, our country was founded on it. These rights have been abused far too often for me to look the other way. His anger seems to be lifting. The Techy has almost reached his destination. In the back seat, the Lord is much calmer. His voice is soft. I need to be reminded of this. This will serve as a lesson. He looks at you in the mirror and bores in the gaze. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if. No, forget it. The pullover he pays is fair. Wait, don't take this the wrong way, but he hands you another bill. Here, this is for you, for listening, for hearing what I had to say. Take it. He looks relieved, gathers his belongings. So there's something on our taxi. Say nothing, might be evidence. He gets out of the taxi, walks a few steps away and turns around to wave you as before entering the bistro. You turn around, yes, it is evidence, nice. And grab the envelope your suspect left behind. You'll open it when you get home tonight. You drive off. What is this tip, man? Nice. Okay, do we have time for another fare? Let's see. Yeah, maybe this close one. Yeah, we don't have any more time. You slow down a bit. You've just been hit with a migraine. You crack down window. Icy Parisian air fills the cab. You need to rest. You need coffee. You need to close your eyes. Just a minute. One tiny minute. You don't need to sleep. What? What's going on? Your gut clenches. No, it's more like something is pulling your guts out. Yeah, I look like shit. I know. No surprise considering all the crap I ate, right? He smirks, or maybe it's just a smile. You can't quite tell. Are we hallucinating? What the fuck? I've just got one more thing to say. It won't take too long. You'll be able to get back to defending the weak and the poor right after. And maybe cleaning up your reputation and that pretty face of yours. You're not gonna get the job done. You close your eyes hoping this mirage will vanish. You probably won't be able to help that whore. You squeeze your eyes shut, call for shapes appear, dances around you disappear. That's your problem. You always want to help people, but no one ever wants to help you. There's no reciprocity. It's all one way. Ain't that bitch? It's just like all the others. Yeah, get out of my cab. Who are you? You're a piece of shit and you know it. Making deals with traitors, sucking dick so you won't end up in jail. Man, you are the victim here. Be a victim. Use victimhood to your advantage. It happens every day. Another time you weren't the victim. He flashes his teeth in the rear view mirror. Killing your own brother? Now that's something. What the fuck? He bugs his eyes out, mocking surprise of horror. Pretty hardcore. Shut it. You suddenly feel nauseous. Let me tell you what your problem is. You thought you actually had a chance in life. Your gut is burning like its contents are ready to spew all over the windshield. Like your good grades in school, your fudgy little brooks. As if the 3 months you spent in college might actually change anything. But you are nothing. According to the people of this country, you don't count. You throw up a little in your mouth, the bile stings your throat. According to the people you protect and drive all over Panama, you don't count. You topple over the steering wheel, your stomach burns but nothing coming up. You glance behind you and realize you are alone in the cab. It's just you. Okay. You wipe the sweat from the forehead and start driving again. No RBYX. Yeah, we're gonna play sometime. I don't know if it's gonna be now, but we will see. We'll come back to the center eventually. The smell of the water reassures you, calms you down. We were going to get a fare, what the fuck? Alright, get this sound I guess. 3 businessmen in Platinum shoes coming out of the night. They shake hands and wish each other good. Whatever. What? I got a fare for €1. Your next passes smell like a beer. No, it's even worse. It's like every single fiber of his Santa suit has been soaking in a keg. Come on, that's away. His breath is 96% brandy. Alright, your eyes are starting to sting. I'm parked somewhere near the Champs-Élysées. Oh shit. The name of the street is... His head is spinning and he does his best to hang onto the door. In beige, it's coming back to me. Go ahead, drive. You saw the driver suddenly wonder how to ask your passenger if he has enough money to cover fare. You glance back at your passenger. He's mumbling to himself, but you can't quite make out what he's saying. Christmas is over, so why is he still this time? Yeah, what's the suit for? He turns to look at you wide-eyed. Suit? Well, yeah, the Santa suit. Silence, more silence. Is he so drunk he doesn't realize he's still wearing a costume? This is no costume, kid. This is what I wear to work. Just like you know? What? He points at his clothes. You don't dress like that in real life, do you now? I'm messing with you, kid. After working my ass off all year long, I'd like to hit my favorite pubs. I get monumentally wasted. Here in Paris there are a bunch of bistros perfect for just such an occasion. This occasion of you wearing Santa suit, what the fuck? No one talks to you and they have white wine so dry to itch away the inside of your mouth. Okay. And so many different types of brandy, beer, brandy, cognac. He closes his eyes in delight. Sometimes I order just one eeny-weeny beer to cleanse the palate. He's almost whispering. Okay, it's usually not one of them fussy micro-cubes there. He jumps. Oops, don't tell anyone, okay? Just imagine if people found out Santa Claus thought the beer here tasted like piss. Anyway, you can't say anything anymore. Honestly, with all the trouble I go to, people should just leave me the fuck alone. All those fair weather activists, they still want their little snot-noses miracles to get the latest stupid toy. Oh hey, speaking of snot-noses kids, what is with the manure pile of new generation? What the fuck, Santa? 50 years back, you could give a kid book and he'd go on about it his whole life, all strainy-eyed. But today, little whiners, what a nice shore. Fucking hell. They want to have it all, but they don't like anything. They all have GSMs when they're 8. Those things cost a whole month's wage. How can you possibly make them happy after that? How? No idea, what the fuck. Santa, we are here. I don't want to hear what he has to say. He is just rambling. Tears from the corners of his eyes. Said I can't talk about the past without crying a little girl. He throws you a sideways glance. No need to stare. You don't even have time to react and he starts back into his run. I remember, you know. To tell the truth, I remember everyone, every single person. You were an angry one. So terribly angry. And your letters, your handwriting, holy fuck, they were hell to decipher. Don't worry though, the elves handled all that for me. You could hear a hint of disgust in his voice when he brought up the elves. Otherwise I would have time to do nothing. Yeah, you were just furious. It's like someone punched you in the stomach. Your brother was giving you hell. What the fuck? Someone retching your gut. Man, what an... He suddenly thinks of something and stops talking. His gaze wanders outside. Yeah, anyway, let's talk about something else. How do you know all that? You still don't get who I am? You stare at him in the view mirror. Look, kid, I'm not gonna spell it out for you. And something tells me you'd rather avoid the subject. A little something called jail. Another punch to the stomach. So there's your Christmas present. We're not gonna talk about it. Wait, I think we're almost there. Slow it down a bit, kid. We have stopped like 10 minutes ago. What are you looking for? We're looking for my slide, kid. What else? He looks at you white pity. It would be too hard to spot. There's the slide and a couple half dozen reindeer. He leaves a funny sight. I'm sure it's like in an alleyway somewhere. Alright, over there, turn right. You obey and go up to the street you were on a few seconds before. A few meters down, your passenger sniffs a yelp. Oh shit, it was right here. Drive around the block. I'm gonna have to get one of those thingamajiggies, GPSs that help find slide more easily. Okay, that was weird. Okay, whatever. Oh, go home. You met Phil Bourgeois. What the actual fuck? Salim's files. Okay, let's do this. So those are evidence we haven't connected to someone yet. Let's put it there. Victim 1, molested, never arrested. Oh yeah, about the gun, nice. Okay, until now all the evidence we have are pointing at him, right? So let's end the night. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing. No one ever calls you. Must be Bouchette. Pick it up, I guess. You pick up. Bouchette sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... Suppose you suddenly hear a ruckus in the background, probably noise in the station. Bouchette raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey guys, anyone? Fuck, they are all on their Athens here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So you are, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm, methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you've collected. You start with the first suspect, their connection to the victims, the rumors, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes in, she lets you out a whistle. Not bad at all, seriously. You should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. Alongside, I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So it's gotta be someone else. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. Yeah, sure. Okay, enough chit chat, I gotta run. I'll call you in 2-3 days, okay? Okay. Call you in 3 days and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while, her voice becomes softer but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. See ya. Who has an alibi? Okay. With a heavy hand, would you wipe your tired face? You pull open the sofa on bed. Alright, we're going to sleep, right? Just give me a second, please. Okay. So let's go to a point of interest and then we should take a lot of customers. Cause we lost a lot of money. You're driving along a strange burnt smell suddenly fills the cab. You look around. Sniff, it's coming from outside. What? Don't shout. Listen to me carefully. I come from the future and you must know that you met. She stops moving like a computer glitch. She stays this way, still frozen. Then she suddenly starts moving again. Where I come from, everything is in ruins. A virus has contaminated the majority of the population. Does the name Hyoga mean anything to you? You stare at her. Answer. We don't have much time. The name doesn't ring a bell. A cartoon maybe? A manga? She looks at you at the corner of your eye. Japanese? No, I'm talking about a real person. She sighs, disappointment, anger, annoyance. It's all there. Shit. I got here too early. She rolls her eyes. I don't have much time left, but she rolls her eyes. Hyoga is the leader of an extremely violent movement. Fascists. Fascists in suits, with tons of money and control over social media. Alright. In 2037, he decides to cleanse Europe, literally and figuratively. Her voice suddenly sounds far away. It crackles. Melanin, evolution, we must. President of Iran, hero. What? Your radio suddenly starts playing a strange song. Second later, it's all over. The smell is gone. The music has stopped, and that's left is you and your monumental headache. Okay, I'm far away from the thing I wanted to go to. Okay, let's take a cat with us. She could pay, right? You pull up the sidewalk and wait for your passenger. Since it looks like a no-show, you get out of the cab after a minute or two, smoke a cigarette. There's not much going on in the small town in the suburbs. There are a few apartments that still have a light on. A sweet scent hangs in the air. Eventually you stab out your cigarette and get back into the car. You jump startled. I can't manage to slip into the cab. It's sitting on the back seat, staring at you intently. You sit there for a moment, considering whether or not to shoo it away. But just as you are about to wave your hand, the cat shifts position and the slip of paper falls from its collar. Pick up the paper. Fragment of map of Paris, the Saint Lazare train station. You turn your eyes slowly to the cat. He seems to be expecting an answer. Are you going somewhere? You want to go to Saint Lazare? What the actual fuck? This isn't happening. What the fuck? Okay, we're back at the point of interest. Okay, let's go there, and then we must take some fares, man. We will be out of money. The police archives look like another building in Paris. No sign, nothing to make it stand odd. But this is where all the case files and criminal records are stored. You know the place well. For several months, you spent a lot of time with a woman who directs it. She was a regular passenger, calling upon you almost every night, first as a driver and then you can see her shape from across the street. You try to prevent your brain from going there, but it has a mind of its own. She's as beautiful as ever. You get out of the cab. You cross over to the sidewalk to the other side. Helen, I'm not going to lie, I was surprised by your request. She lights a cigarette. She still has that cold, distant look about her. But you know it's just a facade. You don't smoke anymore? The first raft of nicotine and gas from the lighter heaven. She runs a hand through her hair. Her wedding band shines under the street lamp. You're freezing. Listen, I'm sure you know I'm not allowed to give you this kind of information, but if what you said was true, then you get the impression she's reaching for your side. Her hand brushes over your wound. You think about her body, her habits. Now she used to call you in the middle of the night. I fished around, and the first three victims were not part of the data leak. Shit. Shit indeed. That means the information about Besson, Bergen, and the Argentinian one, Gorodischer. Yes, that's it. Gorodischer. It all came from someone who had access to the criminal records. That help? You nod. Bits of ash from your cigarette sprinkle onto your pants. You attempt a smile. Yeah, it's better than nothing. A moment of silence. Helen takes a drag of her cigarette like there's no tomorrow. She paces a bit to warm herself up. You should come over sometime. What do you think? You grin. You and Helen used to sleep together when things with her husband weren't so good. That wouldn't be a good idea. She turns her head away in a soft, graceful motion. Of course, I don't know why. She looks deep into your eyes. You look down. Her hands are shaking. One last smile and she puts her cigarette out. You do the same. I've got to run. Good night. Also, you should stop smoking. It's bad for your health. Alright, Helena. You wave. She goes back in the archives. You get in a cab and rub your hands together. Time to get back to your shift. Okay, I guess. So, passenger. Yeah. She looks perfect. We need to make some bucks, man. Of course, accept. Give me the money. Hello. She had no handbag or suitcase, just a small handmade sign with an Indian name printed on it. Charles de Gaulle, please. Oh. She's young with a soft and slight accent. Her face shows no emotions. Her fingers play with a small gold chain around her neck. It is the only piece of jewelry she has on. You drive, glancing back at her from time to time. Her head seems to be elsewhere. Everything all right, miss? She nods her head gently, cracking a tiny smile. It's really early. The first planes to come in are the worst. Everyone is exhausted and half asleep. Yeah, exactly. And she sighs. I must confess, I don't really want to go there. Tiny smile lights her face up for a split second before disappearing. Ah, family? My future husband. Well, future, I've never even met him. Her accent suddenly becomes stronger. You know this habit well. Just before confiding in you, passengers tend to relax into their natural accent. I'm sure he's a great guy, as they say here. Sadness appeared in her voice. But I don't know him at all. My parents chose him. It's crazy, isn't it? Are you shocked? No. Such smile washes briefly over her face. It's tradition, or at least it used to be. My parents are a bit old school, even by current standards in India. I chose to study here and not in England like my sister. She flashes a smile. I fell in love with Paris and decided to stay. I almost never go home. Actually, this is my home now. Anyway, my parents insist I meet him. He decided to make the trip, saying he had a meeting as a pretext. It's hard to hold it against them. It's understandable from their perspective. I mean, it worked for them, right? You sense something bubbling up, anger, before she freezes. Some people refuse to let their emotions out. She slowly regains control of her body. What day trips would you recommend outside Paris? Nearby? She nods. Versailles, of course. It's really beautiful, definitely worth it. Her face lights up. Oh yes, perfect. I'm sure he'll like that. There's a huge park, very wild. If he likes hiking, I don't really know. She smiles. You prefer to say nothing? The airport is not much further. Something about the young woman makes you feel uncomfortable. She looks as she is about to scream, but it's holding it in. Time passes and silence fills the cab. Which terminal? Your question startles here. Terminal C. 2C, I think. It's supposed to be a nice day out today. Okay, you nod. The person grabs her sign next to the cab. She pauses for a second as she were about to say something. Then she disappears. Okay, thank you for the tips, young lady. Here again, no. Of course not. Okay, let's take here. We need the money. Money, money, money. Must be funny. Okay. She appears rather meek, subdued, like she's about to fade away. You look up at her. She turns your gaze, but she's not there. It's as if you weren't looking at an actual person, but a silhouette instead, in the shape of a human being. Everything alright? The great line for all taxi drivers. Your question surprises her. Yes, Leonie. I'm fine, thank you. Her eyes in the rear view mirror tell another story. Music? I don't know, if you want. She breaks off again. What kind of music do you have? Well, I think it's on the radio. I never listen to the radio. I don't really know what's good. Maybe... Jazz? The passenger is looking at you for a moment or two, clearly surprised. Jazz? She hesitates, thinks it over and nods at last. You press the search button for the jazz station and eventually find one. It's funny, music like that is so impenetrable. Would you like me to change stations? No, it's fine, really. I like it. My thesis supervisor listens to a lot of jazz. With time, I began to like it too. Okay. Your thesis? Yes. What's the subject? The progressive nuns of Rance Abbey at the dawn of the industrial era. Okay. The air in the cup seems icy. Yeah, I didn't quite get that. Its thesis on nuns who introduced quasi-industrial production regulations at a time when the rest of Europe seasides. It's a deadly boring subject that no one interested in. Okay. My thesis supervisor for a start, my parents, my ex, and worst of all, even me. She stares at you. The subject is a trap. It's never been explored, and it informs our perception of women in the 18th century, but no one is interested in it. That's how it goes. I got used to my thesis to the subject. Doctoral theses are really interesting, you know. But I think hit rock bottom. You shouldn't say that. I don't need your pity. It's not pity. Speaks in cool, glided tone, without any emotion. You find it disconcerting. Chose the path I am on. I am entirely accountable for it. She hesitantly lifts her hand, but I am the one who chose my thesis. Me and no one else. Okay, lady. To be honest, it will no doubt be the only thing that remains of me when I die. I'm doing it well. Okay. Okay. It's alright. Crazy right, I guess. Thank you for the tip. So we do have time for another fair, right? Okay, let's get him. We have gas. Javier Turcev, alright? Relaxed and side a few meters from an abandoned warehouse. No sign of a passenger. You wait a minute, staring at the meter. You really don't feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of the warehouse. A body falls heavily to the side. What the fuck? You lay your hands on the door handle when a man dressed entirely in black jumps out the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. Are you the cab I ordered? You nod and head very, very slowly. Super, I'm the one with your friend. Be right there. He turns around, places his fingers on the neck of the inanimate body, takes his pulse. He comes back over, opens the door and jumps into the back seat. You can start driving. No, Ellie, please. What the fuck? You follow orders without a second thought. Back, your passenger smells like sweat and gunpowder. He's been running. Been in a fight, maybe. Probably. His muscles bragging with his heart which is racing. Okay. Let's play it calm. Good evening. Pretty good, yeah. He smiles or tries to. You can see blood on his otherwise impeccably white teeth. I screwed up a little, but all in all, it was a good evening. You? Yes. Okay, alright, come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You are on to me and you know it. I'm the masked joker. Who the fuck are you? Silence. You squint to get closer, look at your passenger. The masked joker, the hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful, no? Nope, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio, newspaper, I think. And what exactly do you do? I protect people. I'm a guardian. Okay, Javier. Like a superhero? No, I don't have any superpowers, but it's the same idea. Okay, he looks like Daredevil if he didn't have the beard and everything, but it's the same idea. Yes, I mean for the moment I mostly take care of small-time crooks, pickpockets. It's not very prestigious, but you have to start somewhere. You open your mouth, but nothing worth saying comes out. Yeah, you've got... Yeah, how about my name? You like it? It's not bad. Oh cool, funny, someone gets what I'm trying to do. Yeah, of course. Of course. I can't tell you how hard it is to find a decent name. See, I wanted something I wasn't too... Is he a crazy man? I don't know. Problematic, alright. I did a lot of brainstorming up with the Masked Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everyone likes. You have to make sacrifices if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school anyway. Oh, at school, alright. Yeah, and NK, he freezes. Shit, I almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne? Huh? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne. I'm getting all mixed up. He touches his side for a while, like he's looking for a wound. You're getting close to your destination. I think I'm hurt. No, I'm fine. Should have jumped out of the window like that. But you were already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. Okay, guy. Pull over right there in front of the sideway. You obey? Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes. I have everything I need to take care of myself. Okay. One last thing, please don't say anything about... And kid, I'm trying to lead a double life and it's not super easy. Perfect, I hope so. See you again sometime. Okay, that was weird. Can we take one more fare? Fuck. We don't have the time to go there. Or do we? Okay, he's the guy with a gun, if I remember correctly. So we might get a clue out of him right here. Okay, and a good fare, nice. Your next passenger is your suspect, the retired policeman. Hospital. Okay. He yawns. Sorry, I didn't sleep a wink. Same here. When I was your age, I got to go entire nights without sleeping. I would sleep at my desk for a couple of hours and I was ready to go for the day. But now I went one night without sleeping, I'm going to feel it for a week. He sighed safety. I don't know what got into me. It's like I'm waiting for summer to come home. Like I had a son or a daughter telling me, I swear Dad, I'll be home by midnight. But at 3 AM, they're still not home. He looks Out the window. Dawn has not yet broken over Paris. He clears his throat. I think it comes from the mother of a murder victim on one of my old cases. An investigation from a few years ago. He pauses. Your taxi purrs like a cat after a good meal. I ran into her on the steps of the courthouse just before the trial, and she told me the hardest part in hearing a noise in the hallway and knowing it can't be her coming home. The hardest part is knowing she will never come home again. He slowly sighs. They dispatched me to a parking lot where the body of a young woman was found. She'd been raped and her throat was slit. It was the work of a monster, a wild beast. He raises his hand like he wants to interrupt himself. I honestly think every man has it in him, you know. It's in your instincts, carved into your genes. She was 19 years old. You can hear the anger in his voice. 19 more anger. Just a kid. He gets back to his story. There was blood on the pavement, a little river of blood. The young woman was propped up on a post, her t-shirt pulled over her face. The son of a bitch didn't even have the balls to look her in the eye. Anger continues to make his voice spark from time to time. He'd gone through her bag looking for spare change. All he found was some makeup and cold sex tabs. We found his fingerprints on the stubs. He'd used his thumb to fund through her expenses. At the time I remember thinking, what a shame we have stopped, right? What the fuck? Would have bought all that stuff on to die right after. But no, it was just my mind's way of keeping busy. To avoid looking death in the face. When you're a cop, as you get older, you learn to look everyone in the eye. It makes them more human, whether they're alive or dead victims of criminals. He stops. Did you catch the killer? Yes, but much later. We just started working with DNA. We were still on a shaky ground. We made mistakes. 5 victims in all. That was when I had to learn to look people in the eye. The victims, I could let them turn into numbers, evidence. It seems crucial to inform the victims' parents of our success and our mistakes. It was crucial to reduce the monster that did to what he was, an abused kid, forgotten and destroyed by the system. He got a life sentence, good for him, but the system failed us, failed the victims. When it comes to crime, there's no winner. You can see his hand shaking, he sees you looking. These old stories still get to me years later. He doesn't seem like he's the guy who could commit murder, to be honest. Let's come back to the hospital. The system, we don't control it, it controls us, no more, no less. It decides whether we're born here or there. His fingers reach towards the skyline. It makes us grow up and teach us that women are fragile objects and meant violent animals. And up to the moment the system kills us, we try to break its rules. Do you cry sometimes? Yes. Good. I didn't learn how until it was too late. What's natural? We're designed to evolve, to change, but only when Mother Nature makes us. What the fuck was that tip? Okay, whatever. Okay, let's go home. What? Yeah, who the fuck is Janet? Janet Joe. Okay. I lost 20 euro. What the fuck? Okay, we have a lot of evidence about the ex-policeman. The first victim was a molester that never arrested. So the evidence we have as for now tell us that in the crime scenes there are the messages justice, time is up, you deserve this. The cop here was talking like men are wild animal, we failed the system or whatever. The weapon was kept by a professional in great shape. It was an old weapon, and the first three victims, they were not part of a police league, so it had to be an inside job. This was the other police we had, the policeman, the cop, and he has an alibi. She's a medical examiner, so she can also... No, she couldn't know the three first victims, right? She would know them after they came to the medical examination. And we never met him, right? Okay. We have nothing else. Let's end the night. And I think I'm also gonna end the stream here. And we will find out eventually what's going on tomorrow. She's not telling the whole truth. What? You jump without understanding where the voice is coming from. Outside Paris is waking up and you fall asleep. She's not telling the whole truth. What the fuck? For a second there I hope the evidence board was just a dream too. Get up quickly, and a few minutes later you are outside of your studio. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, quit game. Alright. Okay then, so thanks everyone for being here. We'll play again tomorrow. We'll find out what's going on, to be honest. We're kinda there, but not there exactly. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.